Good morning. I guess I could have turned that light off back there and had it dark. Anyway, today I've actually made a list of things I want to talk about. I don't usually do that. I usually just ramble. Notice how I'm getting closer? This means stuff to me. Okay. First of all, this is so cool. I went that way to the next town. Actually, we went to the next big town and got another computer for my husband. On our way home, we came home a way that I hadn't come in a long time. A way I don't usually drive. I don't usually go that way. They had been doing construction there all summer, all last summer. But I never went past the main part of the construction to see what they were working on. I knew they were working on a roundabout. A small roundabout, my husband said. But couldn't drive that way, so I couldn't see it. We drove that way on the way home yesterday. It is so cute. I have never seen such a small roundabout. They come in all shapes, well, sizes anyway. My husband, who's got more experience with roundabouts, but all it is the road. And it's got a little circle in the middle of the road. This is just, it's a road along the river, so there's no heading off into the river. And it's a turn off, a side road. It goes into the subdivision. There's a post. Is there a post? No, there's markings on the road. The circle. And you're just supposed to go around that way when you turn into the subdivision. It's not what I call a roundabout, but I guess it is. You go roundabout. Small things amuse, Anyway, talking of roundabouts, I am upset that they are putting off building a series of roundabouts down one of our main, hugely congested, hugely traveled thoroughfares that needs slowing down because people race there. People get hit, people get run over, cars, have accidents at intersections, and they won't put the roundabouts in there. Traffic needs to be slowed down, and they're just refusing. But that's just the way things are. Eventually, I hope it'll happen because we have lots of roundabouts now, and they're just wonderful. One of the places where they really should put it is in front of the high school. The safest way to cross that intersection is with roundabouts because all the students would ever need to cross is one lane of traffic that's going one way. There's virtually no danger. People are so close-minded. Speaking of closed-minded, speaking of narrow-minded, speaking of idiots, Canada has one person, a Canadian citizen, in Guantanamo, Omar Kahdr. He was captured when he was 15 years old. What do you call that? Here in Canada, I call that a child. Here in Canada, we call that a child. So, this child was tortured. He has been confined to Guantanamo ever since then. 15 years old. I should calm down and have some coffee. Whatever you think about what Omar Kahdr did or did not do, the fact that nothing has ever been proven, nothing was seen, there's no evidence that he did what someone says he did. Who cares about any of that? What I care about is our government and our Prime Minister. It is reprehensible. Stephen Harper and his Conservative government the court said that it was not up to them to decide whether the government should or should not urge the United States to send Omar Kahdr home. They said that it was the responsibility of the government to decide what happens with Omar Kahdr. Fine. This is not what the court usually does. Stephen Harper, don't do anything to get you in trouble outside of Canada, because once you do something wrong, you're not a Canadian citizen anymore. You don't have the same rights as everyone else because you're not so good. Two kinds of people. The people who are like Stephen Harper and his Conservatives, and everyone else. Stephen Harper and his Conservatives, and everyone else. If you're not like Stephen Harper, you're everyone else, and then you're not an equal citizen. So Omar Kahdr doesn't have the rights of every other Canadian citizen because he was a 15-year-old child who got into some trouble. Won't even know what he got into. Could be horrible, could be nothing. It doesn't matter what trouble he got into. He is a Canadian citizen. He deserves the rights of every other Canadian citizen, no matter what he did. That is the Canadian Constitution. One law or two laws. One for people like Stephen Harper, and one law for the rest after they got into trouble. Unbelievable. Oh, 15-year-old. And he's not home. Oh, sure, he's well into his 20s now. He's a man. But he's been in Guantanamo since he's 15. Oh, to be a Canadian. Get all these rights. Yeah.